everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Elizabeth, and it's been a while, but I'm very excited to be back and posting again, and today we're going to be learning how to play Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, just in time for Christmas. So, let's grab our guitars and let's get right into it. So, just like always, there will be a link down below to a chord chart, and the chords will also be popping up right there on the screen. If you need a refresher on how to read chords, there's a link right up here for a video, in case you're not sure how to do that, but let's just jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to do is review all of the chords that we'll be playing in this song. Now, I will admit, most of these chords are just right in the beginning, so don't get too nervous. But starting off, we're going to have a C chord. Next, we're going to play a D chord. After that, we have our A minor. Good job, we are halfway through already. Next, we have a G chord. Very good, very good. Almost there. We have a B minor chord, which is a bar chord, meaning we use that first finger sort of like a capo to push down all 6 strings at once. And last but not least, we have an A chord. Now, like I said, most of these chords are going to be in the beginning when we have that sort of intro to Rudolph, right? You know, Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen. Most of that's in there. The majority of the song is mostly G and D, and then I think a C chord tossed in there as well. Let's start at the very beginning. We're going to start off on that C chord. And all of these chords for this intro part, we're just going to strum once. So starting on that C, we're going to do, you know, Dasher. Now to our D chord, and Dancer, A minor, and Prancer. Now to G, and Vixen. Moving right along to the next line, back to our C chord. Comet, then to D, and Cupid, next to A minor, and Donner, back to that G chord, and Blitzen. Now we're going to that B minor chord. But do you re, then to an A, call, very nice, and then we're going to an C chord, the most famous reindeer of, and then to a D chord. Oh, and from there you're going to kind of start strumming a little bit, so the most famous reindeer of all. So let's play that entire intro all the way through once. So, starting from the beginning, on that C chord, with You Know Dasher. Here we go. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, B minor. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? And it is okay if you want to go a little slower in the beginning part of this song. It helps it sort of build up into all of our fun verses in the chorus that we have later. So, moving right along, we have our next part, our verses, and what pretty much everyone knows of this song. And like I said, this is the easier part. We're just going to switch between our G chord and our D chord. So, fairly simple. So starting on that G. And you can strum this a couple different ways. You can just strum straight down. I'll be doing a little more of a little bounce to it. But starting on G. So we'll start simple first, and then I'll add in my my strum a little bit later. So we're going to start on that G chord and sing, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny, now switching to that D chord, nose. And if you ever back to G, glows. Good job. So with the other strumming, it sounds a little like this. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Now moving right along, the second verse is just like the first one. So on that G chord again, all of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. Back to that D chord. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer. Back to G, games. So once again, with the other strum, it sounds a little like this. And all of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. Well, they never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Great job. So now we're going to move on to the chorus, starting off on that C chord. And we're going to sing, then one foggy, then switch to G, Christmas Eve, back to D, Santa came to, back to that G chord, say. That's a little quicker here. Now we're going to that A chord. Rudolph with your nose so bright. And then over to our D chord again. Won't you guide my sleigh tonight? So again, from the chorus, sort of with this other strum pattern we have. So we're coming from join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, big strum, Rudolph with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Now we're going into the very last verse, which is just like our other two. So just switching between G and D. So real simple. So back to that G chord, we do, then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with, go to the D chord, glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Back to that G chord. So again, if we're doing a little more with the strumming, we'll start on that G chord again. Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. And then if you want to have a little fun, you can sing that again at the end. Just repeat that last line. You'll go down in history. And then you can go D, G, sort of end it on a fun little note there. Congratulations, you have made it all the way to the end of the video, which means we finished the song. So now we're going to play it through all the way one time together. So starting on that C chord, remember the chords will pop up right here, or you can also follow along to a chord sheet that will be linked down below. So starting on that C chord, here we go, starting nice and slow to give us this fun intro. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Well, all of the other reindeer used to my sleigh tonight. Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Well, you'll go down in history. And that's all that I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you or someone you know wants to learn how to play guitar or ukulele, or hey, maybe you want to give the gift of music this holiday season, you can go to my website and book your first lesson today. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Lessons by Elizabeth. Links in the description box down below. And hey, I post every single Friday, so I'll see you next week. Bye!